Hey, I'm Ritchie. I'm the founder of Definite. Definite is a data stack in a box. We give you a Lakehouse pipelines and dashboards built into one platform and AI agents to operate it for you. You can build a full data app in an afternoon, connect to your sources, get a Lakehouse spun up, and be answering business questions within 5-10 minutes. So let's take a look at how it works. So first things first, you're going to want to connect to your data sources. Let's pick, HubSpot, Stripe, Postgres as our application database. This will sync into the Lakehouse, and maybe we are also using, say something like QuickBooks. If you're using some custom API, one I oftentimes like to use is like Coinbase has a completely public API, and we have one here. But let's say we didn't have it listed at all. It's like an internal API you're using. You can give the agent some notes here. So let's say use Coinbase's public API, the one that doesn't need an API key to pull stats on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll hit continue, and this will drop us into the agent with all of the context that we need to start building those sources. A lot of these are built in, so we have built-in integrations for HubSpot, Stripe, Postgres, but then it's also going to build this custom pipeline for Coinbase based on the description I gave. Again, it's also great for like internal APIs or anything we just don't have a connector for. We do have thousands of them, so customers have built quite a few, and you can see that it's already finding some existing work. I've used this account before, and I've created some integrations before, specifically for Coinbase. So it's actually found those quickly. But in this case, the agent is going to spin up a fresh one for us. And since it recognized HubSpot is a integration we support out of the box, it's automatically going to ask me for those credentials. You can see it's waiting for me to add the credentials, and once I pop them in, so HubSpot as an example, we just need an access token. This will vary by integration. Stripe, we need the account ID and API key. But once you pop these in, the data will start syncing into your fresh new Lakehouse. So you can schedule those syncs to run on any schedule you choose. You can run them daily, hourly, whatever makes sense for you. Our Postgres sync here has already run once, and we have a couple of tables here. So there's a customers table, an orders table, a products table. And the natural thing that you might want to do once you have this data here is start asking some questions. So we can pop the agent open. I'll start a new thread, and let's say something like, how many unique products do we have? And also just run some exploratory analysis on the table. Tell me about what's in the Postgres products table. The agent is answering that. We can also just take a look at it manually as well. So we get a quick view of the columns in that table. We get some things like lineage. We can see where the data is coming from. So it's coming from that Postgres sync. And there's actually a linked semantic model here too. So we can jump over to the semantic model. The agent actually created this semantic model. It's extremely effective at doing that. But if we jump back to the source table, and actually if we go to lineage here, it'll pop us back to the table. And then the columns we wanted to look at. So let's say, category, we wanted to get a profile of that. There's 10 unique values there. You can see the different, counts by each value. And the agent did a pretty comprehensive analysis here. You might want to say something like, what's the top selling product of all time? So that was an easy one. Room information books is the top selling product of all time, whatever that might be. Again, all this is kind of demo made up data. Books dominating the top, research, smile books, whatever that might mean, and it's suffer automotive. But basically, extremely easy to get data in. Once it's in your Lakehouse, extremely easy to ask questions with the agent. The agent runs on our MCP, Definite MCP, and you can get this exact same experience from within Claude Code, within CoWork, within ChatGPT. This agent that we're using right here, built into the product, is the exact same one that you can use from Claude Code. So extremely effective at Q&A. And just digging into analysis that you might need to combine with some other workflow. A bit more complicated analysis, or something that you want to be able to refer back to constantly, that you want to be able to share with the rest of your team. It's just ask the agent, like, hey, can you build me a data app looking at this Postgres schema, and save that down. So you can see very quickly the agent built this preview link. It's going to open that preview. And it gives you a quick overview of what it's done here. So there's a revenue tab, orders tab, customers tab. So you can click through the different tabs here. You can see this orders tab has different statuses, so we can click those off. Processing, shipped, delivered. Now all these are delivered. We close this, probably get a little bit better view of it. So extremely easy to build apps like this. You can see some of these are even hooked up to drill down. This drill down component is completely customizable. So if we wanted to add a chart on this drill down, we can add a chart right here and ask like a follow-up question. So how is this metric calculated? The agent can see what you're looking at. So you can see this dashboard that you're looking at. And when I click that little cursor there, it was able to kind of select a specific component of the dashboard that I wanted to take a deeper look at. Cool. So pretty quick response. Immediately recognized that I was looking at total revenue and gives the calculation all the way back to the source. Thing a lot of customers get value out of is built-in automations. So with a prompt as simple as this, obviously you can tweak this however you see fit. But say we wanted to analyze this table of BTC and USD prices, and we wanted to get a Slack alert, every week or every day. You can schedule this to run, every minute if you need to, and it will be hosted on Definite, run on a schedule on Definite, connect to your Lakehouse, and can integrate with anything else that we integrate with. So in this example, we can push that alert to Slack. Again, the agent's popping up some previous work or attempts at something similar that I've done, but it will write this bespoke. It'll schedule it for you. It can change it for you over time. You can even have some agent steps in there. So if you need some agentic decision making somewhere in that process, you can insert a step to have an agent review some of the analysis and then decide itself whether to send the Slack alert or not. So right now the agent's going through exploring that table, finding the table, running some exploratory queries on it, and then it'll create the Python pipeline to ultimately schedule this and send it to Slack. So the agent wrapped up, took it about 100 seconds. It has built the pipeline to run every Monday at 9 a.m., just like we told it to, and we are going to pop the document open. So again, everything's pretty well connected with Indefinite. You can pretty quickly get to anything that the agent creates because it'll give you a nice clean link to it. We can actually pull this Python example down. An important piece about infra that's built into Definite is this KV store. So you can store arbitrary state of jobs, pipelines, anything else in this KV store specific to your team. You can name these whatever you want, and then that helps you keep track of, say you wanted to keep track of a metric and you needed to run a query, every day or every hour. You can store that result in the KV store and then access it on the next run. So it's a kind of a built-in memory for any pipeline that you need to build in Definite. So that is Definite in a nutshell. We've always thought it was pretty crazy that you need to buy like 10 tools to do analytics. Now you just need one. You can sign up for free today at definite.app.